Movement Makes the Grade, a wellness initiative and sustainability proposal by Angela Giles with Colorado Christian University. The Whole School, Whole Community, Whole Child, WSCC, diagram put together by Colorado Department of Education hinges around the student or the individual in the center, and that's concerning with health, safety, engagement, support, and challenges, and radiates out into the community. There's a growing understanding among neurological professionals like Dr. John Rady about the physical aspects of the inseparable connection between the mind and body, which has a direct connection on the learning process by stimulating neurological functions. Sitting at a desk hour after hour, day after day, does not encourage increased student engagement or optimum learning. Learning opportunities are maximized when students have higher levels of brain-derived neurotrophic factors, BDFN, which are the direct result of movement and only movement. A growing body of research has shown that significant correlation between different types and durations of physical activities and academic achievement. Various disciplines, including sports medicine, kinesiology, and education, are collaborating to develop a more holistic and comprehensive understanding of how physical activity affects learning. The impact. Students participating in physical activity programs have a radiating effect on teachers, parents, school officials, and the entire community. See for yourself. As you can see, engagement takes on a whole new feature when you introduce physical activity. Implementation of a physical activity and movement program could include physical activity leaders, policy revision and implementation, 20-minute morning movement programs, which all students can come in and get moving before the school hours. Obviously, staff movement training is necessary. Movement in the classroom support, so helping teachers understand that there are things like Go Noodle or set games or fit sticks or movement ideas. And then smart search surveys and results presentation. So actually taking survey data and finding out how this initiative is impacting education. As you'll notice over the 3-year continuum, some of these positions grow, some stay the same, with the 3-year goal being for an entire school-wide nutrition break at 10 a.m., in addition to adding more physical activity equipment. Relevant areas of improvement. NWEA maps growth. Student growth has increased along with physical activity increases. Attendance. Students are making healthier choices. When they move and they have movement in the school, they're more inclined to want to be there and be participating in these stimulating activities. Behavior. There's also been studies that have shown an increased physical activity has led to fewer behavior referrals and more time on task observations. The basis, scientific evidence, and best practices stem all the way back to Maslow and his hierarchy of needs, showing that if students can meet their physiological needs at the basis, that helps them to meet their safety needs, their social needs, their esteem needs, up to self-actualization. For this initiative to be successful, it has to be policy-driven. There has to be an element of implementation here, as well as accountability. As you'll see, the implementation is further divided into 3 goals, and these goals surround themselves around the entire wellness idea. Lifelong wellness behavior, which are whole student and teacher-centered cross-curricular projects, and then promoting healthy staff. Goal number 2 would be nutrition, which our food director would help a lot with, making sure that our meals are USDA compliant, making sure that students have a chance to take a break and have snacks, and then also governance over or guidance over things that are served as prizes or at parties or during fundraisers. The third and final goal for implementation would be the physical activity. A big part of the program is the morning physical activity, where students have 20 minutes to get up to maximum an active heart rate before they go to classes for the day. This has been proven again and again to help students focus and to increase brain activity and learning. Also, we'd like to incorporate movements in the classroom throughout the day. These can be short movement breaks. And again, the teachers would be supported in the ideas and the training for these things. An additional part of that is a walking classroom, which are a set of MP3 players that are preloaded with lesson plans. And the students simply put the MP3 player on, put the headphones on, and then the teacher can take them for a walk while they listen to the lecture. As far as accountability goes, it's important anytime you're trying to have a successful initiative that you measure how it's working and then be able to report that back. So there are some internal surveys and then some Smart Source and Healthy Kids Colorado surveys that we will use to review this stuff and then report it annually back to the board of directors. Moving forward with movement, physical active students have become more active learners. And simply stated, movement will shape innovative education. Districts are starting to create lab schools to try personalized student-centered strategies. This is done at one of the innovative high schools in Utah. And the students are seeing great success. They actually don't sit in rows in classrooms in this school whatsoever. And I think the movement progression and the wellness progression lends itself to that. Physically active lessons actually enhance students' behavioral engagement and in turn stimulate enhanced learning. I think this is another element that lends itself to innovative future learning, is the way we get students to engage. It's not one-dimensional with a textbook, whereas students are actively hands-on learning. And then to a more individualized learning, which is also part of this movement future. Thomas Jefferson suggested that parents have direct and ultimate control over how their children are educated. And knowing what wellness is for your child and how that looks for your individual child is a very important part of this movement. There's a list of references used to put together. And thank you for your time.